Hey, what's up, everybody? Week 11 is here. Crazy, crazy. It's going too fast. But, didn't really clear much up last week. The playoffs are still wide open. Only two people that are out of it right now are fucking chickens and balls deep for touchdowns, which is Dustin and Bubba. Uh, so it's still wide open. There's three teams that are barely hanging on, which are Pinson, Touchdowns Make Me Come, and Cali Grom. So y'all are playing. You gotta win or you're out, man. It's as simple as it is. If you lose, you're done. We got three teams in the opposite situation. If you win, you're in. So you got Scott. Well, Scott, he's pretty much in because he scored so many more points than anybody else. If he loses out, he's going to be the top ranked 6-6 guy. So Scott, you're pretty much in. It would take something bizarre for you to not be in the playoffs. So if you're in, I'm going to go ahead and say Dave and Coach, winning you're in. That's all you got to do. So if you win, you're in. If you're out, you got to win next week. So you got 2 weeks to win one game and you're in. So next week we should have a lot better picture of the playoffs. Unless those Dave and Coach lose this week, that opens everything up next week, which I would like as the commissioner. You know, last week you still have 3 open spots for the playoffs. That'd be awesome. So I'll be pulling for the underdogs, but we'll see what happens. The matchups this week, there's only one matchup that doesn't have playoff implications of somebody getting in or out. It has playoff implications of seeding, which is me and Rob. Rob's ranked number 1. I'm number 2. If he wins, he clinches the number 1 seed, and if I win, we tie for first, which would put me in first. So we come down to the last week, the 1 and 2 seeds. But if he wins, he locks it up. But it doesn't knock anybody else out of the playoffs that game. We'll start with winning you're in. Scott, Caucasian Invasion, is playing his brother. He's got the matchup with the Twins. Bubba's already out of it, but he can hurt his brother in seeding, basically. So I would love to be in Tiftonville this weekend watching those games go out, but we'll see what happens with that one. The other two winning you're in, Dave. Dave is playing Knox. So this is a winning you're in and losing you're out game. Knox is 4-6, and Dave is 6-4. So Dave can clinch a spot and knock somebody out of the playoffs this week with a win. Dave is favored to win that game, obviously, but see what happens on that one. The other one is Coach. Coach is playing Dustin. Dustin, of course, is already out of the playoffs again, but is actually going to be favored to win that game by just a short margin, but we'll see what happens with that. So, Coach, again, you win, you're in. Then the other 2 games are going to be for Kelly and Josh. If you lose, you're out. So you got to win these games. Joe and Jason, if you lose, you put you in a hard spot. But if you win, you don't clinch a spot, but it puts you in a good position for next week. So those 2 games with Kelly playing Joe and Jason playing Josh, those are 2 important games this week. So better watch those and see what happens. Let's see, the rankings didn't change much. The biggest jump was Rob jumped up to number 1 finally. He's in first place by himself, so you can't really argue with that. And Scott fell down 2 spots. They kind of switched spots. Joe moved up to spot, and Josh moved up to spot. So everything else kind of stayed the same. The playoffs projection right now has Rob in first with a round 1 bye, and me in second with the round 1 bye. The 3 and 6 seed will be playing against each other, which is Scott and Joe, and the 4 and 5 will be Dave and Coach. But that's going to change more than likely this week, and next week we'll have a better picture of see what's going on. I think that's it for this week. If you have any questions, let me know. Call me, text me, post a message or whatever. But good luck this week, guys and gals, and we'll talk to you later.